Are you cash poor or gold rich? There's so many advertisements out there showcasing how people have so many different assets, and it can often leave you feeling like you're rather cash poor and that you're falling behind. But I want to explain in this video a few simple things on how you may be becoming more wealthy than you actually might first appear. Now, cash poor, gold rich, assets rich, becoming truly wealthy. Getting rich, everyone wants to do it, but not everyone manages to do it successfully. Now, for me, I'm a long-term investor, usually on a low risk plan. I am trying to build my asset column and lower my liability column. Now, for me, gold has proven to be the backbone of my investment portfolio. Amongst all of my other investment vehicles, gold has been the safest and the most consistent when it comes to protecting my wealth and slowly preserving that wealth over a long period of time. Now, for me, I absolutely love investing. I have multiple different investment vehicles. Some of those are the S&P 500, a fantastic investment, the index fund, which is a fantastic tool for building long-term wealth over a low-risk strategy. I also hold the FTSE 100, a great economy market index fund covering the United Kingdom sector. And I also have precious metals and a few other investments as well. Now, for me, my strategy as an investor is proven to work. I've been investing since around 2020, but more so avidly since about 2022. After I bought my first property, it really allowed me to then focus on my investment vehicles to really project for the future. Now, gold bullion, I love it. It's been fantastic over the last couple of years. It's had some great yields, and not only has it preserved my wealth while hedging against inflation, it's actually increased my wealth. The value of it has increased so much per se that I've actually made some very nice profits. Now, at the beginning of this episode, I did mention that sometimes there is a lot of advertisement out there around other people and their lives and how they've got so many assets and how it may make you feel like you've got slightly less or that you're maybe a bit cash poor. Now, of course, everyone's circumstances are different. Inflation is rife around the world, and I think it really does depend on you and your personal circumstances. But let me say this, you're probably doing a lot better than you first thought. Just because people you're seeing on social media are driving around in what looks like flash cars, going on holidays, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're cash rich. They could be having that on a finance sort of based payment period, they could be having it on loan, or they could just be trying to show off and spend money that they haven't really got. A saying that I really like to apply to this is try not to live a champagne lifestyle on a lemonade wage. Now, for me personally, I've earned fairly decent money throughout my life, but I've never been a top earner, the highest earner, absolutely not. For me, it's all about what you do with it. And I've had multiple friends and family members that earn a lot more money than me, but I've always seemed to prevail amongst those that don't really budget and don't control and look at their finances. So for me, yes, sometimes you can look like you're living the life, but does that actually mean you're as rich as it may seem? Now, some of you out there, and myself included, I don't care what others think. I'm quite a private person, and I think most precious metals investors and stackers will be as well. It's an asset that you want to keep private for multiple reasons that we know. Now, I personally do believe that building wealth over a long-term low-risk strategy is the way forward. That works for me. I've got time on my side, and I'm not looking to have high volatility in my investment portfolio. I'm also not looking at trying to become a person that I may appear to be online. Yes, I might post a picture of my vehicle sometimes or some place I'm at, but I'm not trying to promote a lifestyle that I don't necessarily have. In fact, I like to try and let my success do the talking for you. And I think when your investment portfolio starts actually increasing nicely, it does the talking for you. And you might bump into someone that you haven't seen for a long time, and all of a sudden they realise that you've made leaps and bounds forward. And that comes back to compound interest, compound effect, essentially making regular changes. They can be small, they can be large, but often the basis of the compound effect is making small regular changes. And over a short period of time, you won't see any results, not visibly anyway. But after a long period of time, those small changes implement into a huge change, a huge effect on your lifestyle. It can be anything from finances to how you live your lifestyle. And quite often I find that with myself using this strategy, I might not see someone for 6 months, and then when I bump into them 6 months later and you get into a conversation and you start, delving a little bit what you're up to at the minute, what your circumstances are, it always catches people off guard. And that brings me back to a saying that I love: the tortoise investor always beats the hare investor in the long run. And it's so true. Everyone wants to get rich quick, but not everyone wants to play the long-term plan. And I really do believe that. For me, it's been a fantastic way of building wealth over a long period of time. Me personally, I'm still looking at investing in more passive income. YouTube right now has been fantastic. As some of you will know, I did have over a month off from creating content here at Future Investments, and my actual ad revenue turned out to be fantastic. It showed me that YouTube, although it is semi-passive, it does require effort and work to keep it alive. When you do take time off, it's still passive, and passive income for me is a big way of building my future and building my investment portfolio. My goal obviously is, as I've spoken about before, to have rental income from interest-only payment mortgages on a rental basis. That's still my plan going forward in the next year or two, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm also going to keep investing in gold bullion. I think it's the backbone of your investment portfolio. In fact, when I buy and purchase or invest in gold bullion, I never actually feel like I'm spending money. I simply feel like I'm transferring capital into an asset that's going to protect my wealth, preserve my wealth, hedge against inflation, and it's even going to increase in value. So I'm really, really excited to keep my plan focused on gold bullion and passive income. It's been working very well for me so far, and I'm looking forward to continuing that plan. I've got multiple feeds of income now, YouTube being one of them, alongside my main employment, and it's proving to be very well for me. And I might not show that I'm living a particularly flash lifestyle, but over a period of time, my wealth is actually incrementally increasing, slow and steady, but in an upward trajectory. And I'm very, very pleased with that. And I think with you guys as well, everyone has their own goals, their own ambitions, and don't let me put you off of a particular investment vehicle. Something may suit you better. Some people are much more into cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin. For me, that's just not something I'm currently involved in right now. There was a lot of talk about it increasing in value, but I did hear that it didn't particularly increase as much as people expected during the halving. So that kind of proved, that's the guard dog. That proved to me that, maybe it was the right call for me to currently stay out of that investment vehicle. I will consider it in the future, but for now, I'm very pleased with how my simple and low risk long-term strategy is proving to be. So going forward, I'm going to continue investing and preserving my wealth in precious metals, in long-term wealth building devices like index funds, the S&P 500 and the FTSE 100, and also multiple streams of income, specifically passive income like YouTube and property. So yeah, that's my current situation, and also a little bit of a discussion on why you might not be as cash poor as you may feel, or what may appear others are having in their lifestyle isn't necessarily a reflection on what your situation is. I mean, let's be honest, they say that envy is the thief of joy. So looking at other people's lifestyles and trying to match it with your own is not the way to go, in my opinion. I think you need to knuckle down and focus on yourself. And if you're watching this video and you're still watching to the end, then you're definitely going to be that person who's focused on building your wealth and building your future. So yeah, it's a very positive time going forward. There is a lot of turmoil in the market and global instability, and as negative as that is, I do also think that creates a lot of fantastic opportunities to make some real wise investments for the future. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is a video on, cash poor, gold rich, becoming truly wealthy. What might appear to be like a lifestyle to others may not necessarily be true, and how you are actually performing, better than you may think. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I've enjoyed this one. It's a more of a relaxed form episode today, and I'm going to be trying to come back to the more analytical graph-based data going forward in some of my videos. I know you guys really enjoy that, so keep an eye out for that going forward in the future. If you do want to see extra content behind the scenes, exclusive content, and be entered into monthly giveaways every single month, click the link in the description to join the channel membership and become a premium future investor. Awesome prizes are given away every single month, and like I say, there's lots of exclusive content. So until next time, I'll see you all in the very next episode. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.